referring to like individual skillfulness and the environment, right? So how difficult is the environment to live in harmony, in signal, in accord with that which is worth loving? Uh, Environments are variably difficult in
Mm,
different ways.
mm,
And then how much ability do you have as an agent to, irrespective of environment,
mm,
live in integrity with that which is worth loving? And, you know, there, in some ways, a place like Maple is designed to lower the difficulty in some ways, but also raise it in others,
mm,
with the end goal of, ideally, and this is very hard to do, of course, making people that are so high skill that they can enter into the belly of the beast and stay in that signal so that they can bend it towards love,
mm,
even as they walk into the most diluted parts of our world. Um, that's a really hard thing. Like, I think part of what one ends up realizing is, in either direction, either when you like are in a space where it's just horrible in various ways, like you can't leave your house, you can't see nature, or you go into a place like a culture or an environment that's just like extremely supportive of beautiful qualities of being. It really threatens the delusion of individuality and the idea that we can kind of like biohack our way to safety, or like just change our habits in order to kind of become this superhuman person. We actually are totally embedded in our culture and our systems and our
mm,
environment, our relationships, our
mm.
food system,
It's not
our
about escaping that environment. It's about
there's no yeah, there's no
blending
separate
into
piece.
it in a way
There's
that's,
no separate piece. Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's yeah, yeah, I get where you're coming from in that space. I think I heard you even mention this in one of your conversations around it's almost like it's kind of it's insane to think that it is separate. To forget about the sense of obligation and responsibility. Yeah, yeah. I I I see this in my younger self wanting to kind of, I guess, run away externally and not realizing
Totally.
that there's a
Me
sense of
too.
like you could never get away because it's not about the external environment. Yeah.
Totally. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
But the
mean,
difficulty
it's
thing's still
amazing.
real though. Like it's still like a,
Oh, super real. Yeah.
yeah.
It's absolutely real.
Yeah. And
Um,
there's a sense of
and it's
like,
not
I get frustrated sometimes with this idea of like when I notice it, I can notice myself being taken over by it and I don't like it. And there's a sense
mm,
of like this kind of, um, yeah, I guess that's another struggle and signal as well to move more into harmony. Just it's not
but you're getting
comfortable. Yeah.
taken over by what didn't.
Well, this sense of like um, being in being in this kind of an environment, I feel like there's that, and like you mentioned, if you're in the other side where things were a lot easier on one hand, it would happen in a different way. But it seems as though there's like invitations from the environment and habitual motions that have been in place for a long period of time throughout my life, um,
Mm,
like programmings. And there's like, I feel when things feel right. It just feels, it just like, okay, this kind of this is the space to be in, the signals beaming and I'm, I'm in this space. But for example, what happened again with this monastery example, I noticed once I got back, there was a gradual fading away. Something still remained, but it was a lot weaker than that initial point of return. Because in that point of return, I was like, what is going on? This is like, I've never been in this kind of space before. And I just feel like every step I'm taking is just completely present and alive and full of life
yeah.
and so um, full of meaning as well.
Mm,
And um, it felt like I was in harmony, I guess,
mm,
harmonizing with everything. And then that gradually faded. And that's what I mean by, you know, the sense of that's
Yeah.
not stable. It wasn't stable within me. And that signal was kind of it flickers, and it's not, it doesn't, I guess there's an attachment involved with like wanting to hold on to that space. But yeah, it's just an observation, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's easy in our culture to blame ourselves for losing the signal.
Yeah.
Um, and I think partly what I'm pointing to is both the that it's not our fault, although, you know, that's the one aspect of what can maintain the signal is our own diligent efforts and discipline, but that also we just need to transform systems so that it's easier to be in that kind of harmonic relationship with the world.
If you enjoyed this clip, the full episode will be made available up here somewhere, so feel free to check that out. If you're someone that's interested in working one-on-one with me and developing your practice of presence, reflecting on your life at the moment, and calibrating your trajectory, then feel free to head over to todaydreamer.com and get in touch. There's also a full catalogue of episodes available on the website, which pretty much are there to help you cultivate the practice of presence so that you can more deeply participate in the blossoming of the emergent world story. So there's episodes on rituals, meditation, different ways you can cultivate presence, find meaning in life, working with psychedelics, and a whole host of other things that, you know, surround spirituality and surround this idea of coming back to this moment right here and right now, and deepening almost like your connection with yourself and with others through intimacy, relational practices. There's a whole host of episodes. Feel free to check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. Anyways, thank you for your attention and for sharing this moment with me in the here and now. And until next time, be well.